Hello, you're watching Of New X, and today let's talk about the Chinese web drama 回来的女儿 Homesick. This is a 12-episode short drama that has finished airing at the end of last year on the web platform 爱奇艺. It is yet another drama that belongs to the category of 迷雾剧场 light-on dramas produced by this platform, which consists of many short-form, thriller, mystery, suspense type of dramas. The drama is directed by Lü Xing, who has directed 无证之罪 Burning Eyes a few years ago, as well as another drama called 平凡的荣耀 Ordinary Glory. I loved both dramas. As for the scriptwriters of this drama, it is written by 3 credited scriptwriters, 潘依然, Chen Ji, Tian Jing. For the first 2 writers, they actually also are the writers of the adapted screenplay of the drama version of The Bad Kids. It is led by 张子枫, Mei Ting, Wang Yanhui, Li Naiwen, also featuring quite a few very familiar supporting actors that I'll talk about later. I have obviously watched the whole thing because it's only 12 episodes, and this is the final review. On my 7-level scale rating, I'll put this drama at a smack middle. Gold mine / lead mine. And it's largely due to the fact that this is a 爱奇艺迷雾剧场 thriller drama, because you belong to that category. If you don't hit some hard requirement, you've underperformed. As usual, I will quickly tell you what the story roughly is about, and then we're gonna talk about what worked and didn't work in this drama, in my opinion. Always, in my opinion. The story is set in 1990s China, and we'll go into the story from the perspective of the female lead role, played by Zhang Zifeng. She is about to turn adult, and she's an orphan. She grew up in an orphanage. She has a really good friend who also grew up with her in the orphanage, who's slightly older than her. So that girl is already an adult, and she left the orphanage and went to look for a job in a neighboring town, working as a housemaid. Her good friend told her that the household that she's working at has some kind of weird and dark secret going on, and she's kind of entangled in it, but she wasn't specific about what it is. Then their communication stopped, and our main character's good friend seems to vanish from the surface of Earth. So our main character goes to that town, seeks out that household, and trying to find out what happened to her good friend. Pretty straightforward and really classic structure of a suspense thriller story. Now, let's talk about good and bad about this drama. On the positive end, number 1, this is a production quality-wise quite qualified contemporary or slightly set back a couple of decades contemporary drama. And it's pretty on par with the other 爱奇艺迷雾剧场 light-on dramas. Then it's also filmed in my hometown. I have said this every time when it pops up in all kinds of crime stories from Dramaland in China. I'm just telling people, don't make that stop you from traveling to my hometown if you ever want to travel to China. It's really a fascinating and beautiful city, and not China's Gotham. The other thing I really appreciate is this drama really did bring back quite a lot of very accurate portrayal on screen of the 1990s China that in my memory looks like that. Largely due to they did shoot it in the location that I am very familiar with, so certain landscape shows up and I'm like, yeah, I remember. I've lived in places very similar to that. But also down to a lot of detail, like how people do their hair, particularly type of permed hair back in the 1990s, which is a huge thing in China. And because of the equipment and whatever they used for hair, it would look very different from the current perm of hair look in the 2020s. And I distinctively remember what it looks like in the 90s. So with a lot of the hairstyle, I'm like, wow, that's so accurate. And the makeup, props, even down to furniture, the type of interior decor that you have in this drama of different households, different places. Very well done. Number 2, the acting of certain actors are actually very, very, very good. Although I wouldn't say Zhang Zifeng did a good job as the leading actress, she, in comparison to her parents' generation actors, really, you see there's a gap. I think the best actors for the main actors group would be Mei Ting and Wang Yanhui plus Li Naiwen. Li Naiwen doesn't have that much screen time compared to the other 2, but these 3 actors are definitely the pillar of this drama. I don't think the drama itself is gonna get any awards, but if Sei Meiting gets an award in acting because of her role in this drama, I would not be surprised. And then you have a couple of supporting roles, and their acting are also very good. Number one, Dai Xu, the actor that I really liked. He previously actually has worked with this director multiple times. He was one of the lead of 无证之罪, Burning Eyes. Really great drama, and he played such a despicable person in that drama, but so well done. And last year, we've seen him in multiple dramas, contemporary, also period. This time, it's a very small role, a policeman in the 1990s, who makes you completely believe that he can be a policeman who works at that time in that environment. He's the type of actor you can throw him in any type of drama, genre, time period, setting, whatever role, and he's gonna do it well. Then the other actor I didn't see coming is Guo Cheng, the young actor who plays a good friend of our female lead role. Kind of tagged along with her as her sidekick, I'd say, in this drama, but often actually making more troubles for our main female lead character than actually helping her. When he first showed up in this drama, where did I see you before? You look familiar, but I can't remember. Very professional, very proper drama actor. Line delivery, acting, nothing is out of place. And I just can't remember where he came from. And then I realized, holy shit, this is the actor who played Lan Jingyi in The Untamed. And I totally didn't make that connection. That's really a good sign. That means this young actor is naturally camouflageable, if that's a word, for himself. Like, he doesn't have to try that much with a lot of outside things to help him. He can actually slip into very different types of dramas easily. I hope I see him more in future dramas. So, acting part, there are very good main actors and very good supporting roles. Number 3, if we have to tear this 12 episodes drama down to parts, I'd say the earlier parts are pretty good, before things start to go out of whack. First 4 episodes, and if you are being a little bit more lenient, I'd say first 6 episodes, so first half, is pretty nice, watchable. It sets up all the atmosphere really well, the suspense, the mystery. I think in one of my weekly videos, while I was watching to that point, I briefly mentioned, I think this is another qualified light on drama after a long break of this whole categories of dramas from iQIYI, and well, I got my face slapped because very soon the dramas start to... You can watch the first 4 episodes and then stop. Then, let's talk about what's not so good about this drama. Number 1, very obviously, is this drama has 烂尾 thing, the tail broken thing, the crash at the ending thing. Its later parts does not fulfill any of what you're looking for in a thriller drama that has set up a lot of things at the beginning, and you hope all of those holes that the writers have dug would get filled up, and not really. You're not gonna get answers for everything. And certain things early on in the drama seems to be set up to have a big payoff at the end, just vanishes. The second thing I don't like about this drama is after you've watched the whole thing and have known how the scriptwriter deals with everything, you feel like they really are writing a suspense and mystery and thriller story for suspense and mystery and thriller's sake. It has a fake look of a good suspense thriller story that actually doesn't have any really well written suspense plot at the center, or characters, or payoffs, any of that. So it's a type of show off, and show off too much and actually not paying off at the end type of thing, similar to the point 1, which is a huge disappointment. I think that's largely because scriptwriters are not as clever as they think they are. Basically, when you have this type of structure where in a space and time there is actually a crime happening, or multiple crimes happening, got covered up by this family's people who, because of their own motivations, did that. They look like normal people, but they've done really horrible things, and everything is going under quiet and calm, but a lot of crazy and dark things are going underneath. And our female lead is the person who comes in, stirs things up, trying to find out what happens. With this type of story structure, the only way that you can make it exciting, basically you have to have very clever main lead, which is our female lead role, your perspective role, and the very clever bad guys. Okay, whether it's 1 or 2 or multiple people, they have to be intellectually on par. They can play games, thinking a step ahead, 3 steps ahead. It has to be that chess game. Obviously, you're gonna put your main character in a lot of jeopardy, but she has to be so clever, really, to be able to make the story just fun, entertaining for audiences. You don't want a stupid person who actually doesn't have a consistent personality or motivation to take on this thing. But if you've watched through the 12 episodes, you'll realize neither the main character Zhang Zifeng plays, nor the mating role or Wang Yanhui's role, the parents of that quite scary household, neither of them are actually that clever at all. And particularly bad is for Zhang Zifeng's role as the female lead role. She is very inconsistent. So you think like she would be at least in a way quite clever, very brave, and also well planned, right? But then as the story moves on, oh my god, she's not clever, she has no plan at all. And the worst is she actually wavers along the storyline about what she wants, because she sets up to find her good friend who's gone missing. And as the story develops, she very soon realizes something terrible has happened and her friend is most likely dead, and then this family is responsible. So her objective would be finding the body, finding evidences, and put all those criminals into places where they deserve to be. That should be the objective of the story. But she actually changes her goals along the story to the point where she even is like, I know you've killed my friend, but it's fine. You see her actually saying that line. I can let that go. Huh? What? It's so much so for good friendship. Yeah, it actually happened in this story. It's just one thing, one main character that just does not make sense till the end. And then if you look at a couple of other characters, also similar things happen. So that's the biggest problem basically, is you promised me something at the beginning with all your setup, and then you deliver me something that's totally not what I want for this type of story. At the end of the whole thing, when you think about all the things that didn't work with this drama, ultimately, I think as a story, it provides you with almost no value. You go and watch a show, it's not so different as you go and watch a sports game. You just want to get entertained and have fun. So what type of value does this drama provide when you think about it? Zero. Does it give you, for example, visual pleasure of spectacular things that you don't see in other things? No. Does it have really good looking people that just like for you to drool over and then eye candy? No. As a suspense thriller story, does it have really good twist? I mean, you don't have to get to the Sherlock level, but just like, you know, close enough, like 80% or like 60% of that is good enough. Not really in this drama. Even like say watching any horror movie, you get like good scares. Do you get that? No. Do you get good comedy? No. Do you even get any sort of emotional, psychological massage value, like a certain recent, for example, the Venus drama? You know, seeing very reasonable people fall in love, they bring out things that you are also thinking about in your life, so you feel that, I have resonance with the story. Does it provide that in the story? No. So when you think through everything that a drama could possibly provide you, Homesick hits none. I can't think of one target that it manages to hit that is in any way considered valuable as an entertainment piece of work for any audiences. That's the biggest problem. It does not provide value of any kind. So at the end of the day, with this type of drama, although it is not that bad, and it's definitely better than a lot of much crappier stuff out there, I cannot give it a very positive rating. If I give it 1 gold mine, it would be unfair to other 1 gold mines on my list. So it's gonna be a gold/lead mine, and light on! Bring your game on, because it's looking like your whole franchise and whole thing is 开局即巅峰. When they first opened it with the Bad Kids and the Long Night, it's like already the peak of the possibilities of this whole series of things, and then it just all the way declined. I know it's hard to write a good thriller story, okay? And one of the hardest type to do, and then the hardest probably is comedy, hard requirement intelligence to write it, but nobody forced you to do that. You know, you're advertising your whole series of dramas under this whole category and saying that you are the people who can do it well. Well, then do it well. So far, very disappointing. That would be my final review on this drama, Homesick 回来的女儿. I would say, if you like similar dramas, check out these dramas. They are the best so far within this category of dramas from 爱奇艺迷雾剧场. Thank you for watching Avenue X. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.